when you play an RNG-based character, you know, like almost exclusively RNG, like your main mechanic involves what you get from that menu, it can be really hard. All right, let's see. Losers finals. Daisy versus Hero. It's going to be Jakarot versus Yalmanac here. Going to run our first game on PS2. Back to our green turf.
Another set that we're very familiar with. Another matchup we're familiar with. Jakarot versus Yalmanac.
I'm inclined to take Jakarot in the set count, even most recently, right? Or sorry, Yalmanac in the set count over Jakarot, even with how well Jakarot's been performing recently.
He's got very patient initial. Now he's got a mana.
Yeah, Yalmanac actually having the last 4 set wins, and this year but it's not like he has his numbers. The last 2 did go game 5, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that really competitive set for that grand finals position. That's obvious. Not only is it the difference between second, third, and you know, 20% of the pot and 30%, whatever it is. It's the difference between those Lumi points.
The Lumi rank points.
It's in the Houston rank points and Texas rank points, those, which I feel like matters a lot to these players. It's the reason they come out here and they practice every day against each other. Like pay out, you know, hundreds of dollars a year to these locals. It's not because they just love the game. They want to.
Because they hate it, actually.
It's because they hate it, and they want to show everybody how much they hate it.
Gonna escape from the ledge trapping scenario. That's the one thing about Zero. He just skips edge guarding, he skips ledge trapping. You have to get lucky.
Using the pummels to get more mana back as well. Very smart from Jakarot. Gonna be able to get a stray back here. That's the Peach's gambit. Take that stock. Bang.
That was the situation.
And once again, it's kind of the same thing that Day was doing, where Yalmanac will just wait for wait outside of the range of Jakarot for him to burn through that mana, so he can start fighting it. Once again, we see Yalmanac in deficit. We see Bob-omb.
Shout out Bob-omb.
Shout out Bob-omb, dude.
I think the down tilt after that nair could have been big percent, even stocks, even percent here. Colorado and Sector are on the table. Up there is going to be juggling.
Yeah, no landing options on Hero's going to make it pretty difficult there. Only having that nair, that's too slow to come out against Peach's, or rather Daisy's disjoint in that up air.
Yeah, you just have the frame data to that's really rare.
It can be so hard getting down, and we're seeing the damages of that, not having those landing options. 136, and the entire stock just going away off that one disadvantage state. Yalmanac just capitalizing off so well. And is he finally going to hit the clip? No, he's not. Dropping it at 70% once again, missing the recatch on that turnip. Another stitch from Yalmanac. God just needs to make sure that he's got this W in the bag. Now, 90% on the last stock. This game has gone by in an absolute flash. Jakarot trying to finding himself on the back foot once again, but needs to find himself a way to get back in the game. But with this little mana, it might just take a whole other game to get back on track. And that's going to do it. Forward air, trading with the bear. Going to take us to our second game already. Yalmanac going up 1-0 in the set.
All right, 1-0. Yalmanac looking very strong. Jakarot unable to kind of find his footing to get back into the game. It looked very dominant from Yalmanac that game on.
Stock battle. Hero.
It's so crazy thinking that Yalmanac was so close to not even being in top 8 because he had to reverse 3-0 Dark Angel to get into top 8. The fact that the tournament we're seeing is a completely different one than what could have been, I mean, it's ridiculous.
We're not going to have access to tournament for the moment with balance on the table. They're going to have to rely on Peach's broken aerials instead. They're not going to punish him, pulling menu, shielding just in time. That's a big percent. Not going to get the combo though.
Yeah, a little late on the follow, or maybe he just had too much end lag from that range to be able to actually follow it up, even with the Colorado.
bounce again. Turnips continuing to be a non-factor so far.
Look at that flame slash. That's one of the first flame slashes we've seen in a hot minute. He only used it against Zai earlier when they were playing on stream.
Well, that's a tough spot to be in. Jakarot not ready for the punish.
Jakarot finding himself a lot of damage here, but at the cost of his mana, waiting patiently, not going to be able to secure it there. Now with all this mana, it's Yalmanac's time to play. This is what I was talking about before. When you have that little mana, you can't put on the pressure you're putting on before. You go from being such a high-class character to that low tier that people always associate Hero with.
Yeah, exactly. Hero without all this magic, I mean, he has to rely on his moves, like his aerials and normals, things like that. And against Peach, it's just not going to match up very well. Wow.
Exactly. I mean, with unlimited mana, this character would definitely be seeing, you know, top 20.
Unlimited mana? I would go insane. I would quit the game, I think.
Top 15 perhaps per chance, but without it, like it's the balancing act of it. You got to try so hard to get that mana back. You got to be hitting your opponent's shield. You got to be making combos and stuff. You got to get Accelerato because that really is the difference maker between having and not having mana. Being able to do those combo strings with Accelerato.
Yeah, that's Accelerato gives you so much mileage, not only in movement but those combos that you were mentioning.
Sabi racking up that damage once again, but he's got to find a way to take the stock before that mana starts burning low, because then he can start doing that chip damage with that stock lead. Otherwise, Yalmanac will absolutely just catch up here, like we're seeing right now.
Good combo.
Oh my
gets
God.
a fair off the miss tech too.
You got to be ready to press the R button. It's right there with your pointer finger, man.
That's back to center stage Exalt with a little help from Accelerato.
Look at the patience being exercised by him. Once he isn't able to go so crazy, he realizes he needs to take his time. And one of the things I've noticed is like a lot of hero players will be using mana that they don't have to use spells in neutral, and then they won't be able to recover later. So it's like there's that number in your head that you know that you need to start saving your mana because in the case that you need to recover. And I think it's just I think he's making that number higher in his head. Like instead of it being 5 mana before you got to start chilling out, it's like 20 mana.
Right. Yeah, you don't have as many opportunities to push for menu anymore. Maintaining that mana level is very key to play Hero. Especially against someone like Peach where she just puts up the pressure so easily.
Exactly, and can match you in that stalling game where you're trying to play patient.
And not going to do it across the stage just yet, but that very high percent ledge trap situation going to go to Jakarot here. Up 2 stocks to 1, game 2.
Yeah, but his death is right around the corner with 148% against Daisy. Is going to do it forward air. Turnip in hand, this could be an absolutely devastating combo. Jakarot's got to suit up for it. You can see it right now, got the bounce. Not going to be able to take too much damage, only 60% if he gets hit with the flow cancel there. That was the start of a great up B. Combo break there. A modest 46%. Some might even laugh at it. Another bounce. Going to keep the turnips away. Having to deal with only Daisy's normal switch. Still very powerful, but not nearly as good without that turnip extra range there. Now we got Accelerato again. This is huge for his mana. Able to get those connections there.
It's a big heal. Now has a pretty sizable lead here against Yalmanac. Kaboom gonna narrowly avoid it thanks to the help with float. That's gonna be huge for getting off ledge. We've seen so many times in the past where ledge traps for you.
It. Got the Accelerato. That is a difference maker. Accelerato and what you can do with it, because when you're getting those hits with Accelerato, with those better normals, you're getting so much more mana back, and you just don't have the problem that you do whenever you run out of it, like we've been seeing before.
Opening up the set count 1-1. Jakarot with a pretty strong game too. Definitely a much slower tempoed game than that. Much more patient, neutral. I mean, Jakarot got the openings that he was looking for. He maintained control for most of the game, I'd say.
3, 2,
Let's see, they're going to be game 3 up on this turf. not going to be leaving Town and City open. Not going to be using your counter pick to go there either. Look at that damn. Even with Jakarot, he's just owning him right now. Does Jakarot not change your like weight stat either?
I believe it does.
Which is wow, crazy adaptation from Yalmanac if that's the case.
No zoom. So usually you can't pull zoom. Like if you pull zoom and it's in the menu and you don't go for it and you pull a menu again, you're guaranteed to not have zoom, but he's just been getting unlucky. Yeah. Straight up.
So unfortunate for Jakarot here, and now finding himself, oh no, that does not kill. But it does if you don't have your recovery available to you, going down 3 stocks to 1.
Already?
What was in that water?
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. Yalmanac just going absolutely insane, overlapping him in damage here, and he's up 2 stocks.
Yeah, this is super tough. I mean, this is a statement. Like, a game this dominant in this short amount of time, like, that's got to hurt.
Yeah, Jakarot just going to refresh, go to the next game. I find that whenever you like SD at the end of the game, like I said, letting your opponent have the satisfaction of killing you, it like messes with their head a little bit. You know,
yeah, for real. And sometimes you just gotta like chalk it up. I mean, it is ultimate at the end of the day, but
some people get mad when you SD.
I don't know why.
That's why I be doing it.
All right, Yalmanac got 2-1 in the set. That was a very dominant game 3 by Yalmanac. He just did not apply the brakes at all.
No, sir. And we're gonna see what Jakarot does with that, because even if he was able to get that stock, the amount of mana he would have had left over was none. So, I mean, it was definitely smart on his end, because he knew he did not have the mana to be able to withstand 3 whole stocks of Peach. Much less like the brain power. I mean, dude, the amount of tired you'd be trying to come back from that.
That's a big opening we saw from Yalmanac. Jakarot still maintaining very close quarters with Peach with Jakarot.
Dude, this matchup looks more stressful than open heart surgery. Jakarot just cannot find himself just messing up at all, because this is going to get punished so big. Look at that. 40 mana and is actually keeping that percent lead. Can he get the kill? Not quite yet.
Big heal. Barrage from the other side of the stage, not getting a kill just yet. Kaboom at the ledge. Yep.
Mistiming it.
What do you do about that?
You can tell.
Have to drop down, wait, like.
Yalmanac thinks that move is so silly.
That move is kind of silly.
It is a little silly, a little funny. Oh, getting caught with the recovery there. Nice zoom, but not enough mana to be able to get it. With the jab, he will be able to.
There, Defensec gonna put him back off stage on the left side.
Gonna get the forward thrown right there. Not gonna be enough to KO just yet. Jakarot, nice up B, needs a zoom, gets it. How did he read that so fast?
Yeah, thankfully it's the first option, right? So all he has to do is press A. So that's super helpful.
Yeah, that was pretty clutch. And also, going for the counter again as Peach. That's desperate times, man.
Desperate measures.
Nice back throw off stage. Can Jakarot turn this around and make it into a Game 5 situation?
Yeah, that reset from Game 3 might just be what he needed to get back into the set. Is he gonna
an SD? But Yalmanac so graciously saves him.
He might have made it back. He can go so far with the up B, especially if it's fully charged. I mean, it's a lot, but that side B is really not going to connect.
I don't play the character, so I don't know, but
I just assume Hero can make it back. I don't know.
I will assume, yeah.
Loading patiently, floating up in the air, pulls the turn out.
Nice forward, so keeping him off stage in that disadvantage. That's where you want him, because you have enough time to get a few mana back before you have to interact with him once again. That's exactly where Hero wants you.
That air jump gets so insane. That's it.
Follow up? No! It was too close up. I think the end lag was too much for him to follow up. Even with that Jakarot. Z catching during the zoom is actually insane.
Another big decided catching the jump.
That's micro spacing.
Gonna kill.
Speaking of micro spacing.
turn getting so much stronger the longer it's in the air. It's such a deadly tool off stage for edge guarding.
Oh, good tech. Even better tech chase from Yalmanac. Both players ready for what the other one's got to dish out. That could have been it if the armor kicked in, but it didn't in time. Jakarot gets his kill off the top, but at 110%, is it too little, too late? Side B to start off, 20%.
So much percent.
The stitch face coming in too from Yalmanac, dude. It's actually getting
one more opportunity off stage, and he is not going to have enough MP to recover.
Yeah, he's got enough now, but he can only use it for recovering. Hatchet, man, that's unfortunate. He had to have seen something else, but that is going to do it off the top. Yalmanac goes up 3-1 over Jakarot to make his way to grand finals as the